things were not looking good for the Torchbearers crew. They'd been sent by Sugar Daddy James to do some CIA shit to stop cult leader Marcus Valentine from becoming Gunsmoke Tower's new sheriff. Unfortunately, they kinda failed. A crowd of cultists flooded the streets, raving as they lifted the newly elected sheriff, Marcus Valentine, into the air. 50 feet away, Iroh laid on the ground, unconscious. Sean stood over him, attempting to shove healing potion apples into his mouth. Well, it seems like things haven't gone too well, the recently deposed Sheriff Eastbark said. Yeah, it's almost as if gladiator fights for leadership positions are a bad idea, Ren replied. Iroh eventually woke up and the party spent the rest of the day trying to figure out their next move. The Cult of Flames was up to something, that much they were certain. The question was, what? Sean volunteered an idea. Late that night, he walked through the partying cultist neighborhood and knocked on Marcus's door. Marcus opened it, but he didn't see Sean. He saw a man wearing red and blue, his face covered by a mask. Brother? Marcus asked. Ah, yes, it is me, your brother Cicero, the treasure hunter, Sean said, having disguised himself with disguised self. Marcus and Tullius rolled insight checks against Sean's deception roll. Tullius, being an idiot, fell for the disguise completely. As for Marcus, it was hard to tell if he bought it. Brother Cicero, I heard you had died, he said. Ha! Reports of my death have been heavily exaggerated. Well, that's wonderful, Tullius said. Gods, how long has it been since the three of us were together? Tullius, shut up. Brother Cicero, do you remember those adventurers you told us about? The ones you ran into at Hemlock and Glasshour? The ones who killed Pastor Fiery? You know, the group with the Catman with the really weird ankles. Actually, Sean Striker's ankles are perfectly normal for a tabaxi. Ah, so you do remember them. Well, they're here, and attempted to prevent us from accomplishing our mission. Fortunately, they were unable to stand up to the might of my flames. Cool, by the way, what was that mission? We're here to break into the bank vault. Hush! But yes, there is something hidden in that bank, something that we may use to help our master rise from the ashes and bring his holy fire to this cursed sea. Of course, the bank is heavily guarded by security golems, devices that break enchantments, and wards to prevent teleportation. But now that I'm in charge of the bank's security, surely no one will object to me performing a late-night inspection of the vault. Would you like to come along? Yes! I just have to go talk to someone outside real quick. Sean told the party everything. Late that night, he followed the Valentine brothers into the bank. As they stepped through the door, Marcus shoved Sean onto a floor tile resembling an eye. The tile dispelled his disguised self and caused a dozen golems to emerge from the walls. Guards! This tabaxi fellow is here to rob this bank. Deal with him while I make sure the vault has not been tampered with. Marcus and Tullius opened the vault and slammed it shut behind them. Sean, outnumbered, did what his cat brain commanded. Zoomies! He ran to the nearest wall, casting spider climb as he touched it, and hid on the ceiling, outside the range of the golems. He reached into his bag of tricks, pulled out a small furball, and summoned a giant elk. A 15-foot giant elk that was so big that it filled the bank's entrance and shoved the golems against the wall. The rest of the party burst in, followed by Silas Eastbark, to see Sean handling things, I guess? They fought against the golems, but the golems were too tough. But the party didn't need to fight them. Sean commanded the elk to break down the door of the vault, then block it behind them and keep out the golems. The party rushed in to find shelves covered in gold and jewels. More importantly, they found a fountain, which had been slid away, revealing the Gunsmoke dungeon. The puzzles were already solved, so the party didn't pay much attention to the murals. Still, I made sure to mention them as they were thematically relevant to the Valentine's plans. They showed the story of a phoenix. One showed a massive flaming bird flying through the sky. Another showed a golden bow, held by a gargantuan hand made of light. The third showed an arrow striking the bird in the wing. The final showed the bird on the ground, half dead, its wings pierced with stone pillars. The Valentine brothers stood in the torch room, ready to revive what had been smothered. Tullius panicked when he saw the party. "Brother, it's the mean one who stabbed me a bunch," he cried. "God damn it, Tullius, shut up for 1 second. We are on the precipice of greatness." They slit their palms open, and their blood dripped down into the brazier, causing it to erupt into flames. Once more, the party saw the eyes staring at them from inside the fire. "Rise, Lord of Flames," the Valentines chanted. "Rise, so you may incinerate the pirates who killed our brother." A voice came from the fire. "For so long, I have been sealed away, betrayed, pierced, imprisoned, trapped in this cage, and that isn't very cash money. But now I rise, and I do say that is very, very, very off the hook." A humanoid figure stepped out of the flames. He was tall and muscular, and wore black robes covered in pictures of fire. He had a black goatee and bleached blonde spiked tips. As he walked away from the fire, he pulled out a pair of sunglasses and placed them over his glowing eyes. "You can put that on a flip-flop," he said. "Oh good, it's just Guy Fieri." "Marcus, I have been trapped for so long. I don't feel like wasting my time on some tedious fight with Odette's pawns. Let's get out of here." Fiery grabbed Marcus and the two of them disappeared in a burst of flames, leaving behind only embers. "Brother, I think you forgot me. You left me alone with all the scary bad people. Please come back." The end of Sean's icy spectral sword, Mother's Touch, poked through Tullius's chest as Sean stabbed him in the back. "Oh, that's very cold." He fell over. "Please come back, Marcus. I'm scared." The party looked over their slain foe. "I guess we win? Kinda? I mean, Marcus left, so he can't be sheriff anymore, and we can light the torch now, so that's 2 objectives down. That's pretty good." Sean's player then said something that filled me with dread. 10 horrible words. 10 words that I knew would be good for the campaign, but also made me clench my teeth with anticipation. "Can I put the body in my bag of holding?" "Sure, that is a thing you can do. One question first. Why?" "I have plans." "Sure, why not?" The party climbed the stairs back up, only to find the bank had been ransacked. The gold was gone, the golems were smashed, and a spade and crossbones had been burned into the floor. Silas laid on the ground unconscious. Iroh healed him while Sean went to light the tower. "Right after y'all went into the vault," Silas coughed, "a horde of pirates showed up. Took everything they could. Before their captain knocked me out, she told me to tell you, 'I'll be seeing you soon, Ran Madarasi.'" As Silas walked out of the bank, he was greeted by a platoon of Royal Navy soldiers, led by his son, let in by Sean opening the portal. James looked around at the buildings covered in cult graffiti during the partying and at the destroyed bank. "My, this tower sure is doing well under your leadership, Eastbark," he said. "Hell you want, Jimmy. It's James. Captain James, to be precise. Myself and my men are here to provide some much-needed reinforcements. We will rebuild this town and help guard it from future incidents, if you'll let us." "Fine. You win. I'm not fit to be sheriff, that much is clear." No, you can keep being sheriff. With proper oversight from the Rubicon Navy, of course," James said, smiling. He walked over to Kit. "Miss Maplecourt, did you accomplish that other mission I gave you?" "Do you have the money?" "Yes." "Then yes, I have the letter," Kit said, handing it over. Silas shot her and James a dirty look. "Excellent! Fine work as usual. Actually, do you know what? There's going to be a royal ball at Rubicon Tower in 3 weeks. All of you are invited." "We'll be there," Ren said. And so the party left Gunsmoke Tower, victorious, but worried about the lingering plot hooks. They decided to take a few solo days to clear their heads. Iroh checked out the teleportation network. It was impressive, like the magic he used with Maz, but 1,000,000 times more potent. Something about it unnerved him. Ren spent a few days staring at the sea, waiting for the Spade's crew to attack. Kit decided to check on her kobold children, only to find them in jail. She paid their bail and decided to take them with her to keep them out of trouble. Sean went to meet with his merchant buddy McGucket and had him give him some magic tattoos with a dirty needle in a back alley to power up his Eldritch Blast. While McGucket was working, Sean offhandedly asked if he knew anyone who knew the spell Raise Dead. Smash cut to the back of McGucket's truck. Tullius's rotting body was strapped to a table filled with wires. McGucket was dressed like a mad scientist. Sean was sitting in the corner, eating popcorn. "I command you to live," McGucket shouted, pulling a lever. Electricity flooded through Tullius, and he screamed as he came back to life. "The pain! The fire! It was horrible! My dick split open and wasps came out! Hey there, how you doing? Ah! You killed me!" "Yeah, but I brought you back." "Why?" "I don't know, thought it'd be funny." "Want a job?" "What?" "You're in debt to me because I revived you, at a very steep cost, I might add, which means you have to do what I say." Okay, I guess." And that is how Tullius Valentine was hired as the wretched wench's new helmsman. The other party members were less than receptive, but Tullius promised to be loyal after Kit threatened to cut off all of his skin. Late that night, a fog rolled in, and pirates snuck aboard the boat. Tullius screamed and the party rushed out. Sitting on the deck, in a throne carried over by her minions, was a pirate captain. On her arm was a brand of a skull and crossbones, a brand matching Ren's. "Hello there, Captain Madarasi. I've been meaning to speak with you," she said. Ren told his men to stand down and followed the pirate to his quarters. She sat at his desk and put her feet up as she talked. "I am Jasmine Gamble, Pirate Lord of the Emerald Sea. We serve the same master." "I don't serve the Depths Queen." "Ah, but you do what she says. She has leverage on you, just like she does on all of us." "What do you want?" "Our boss questions if you have the necessary resolve. This is a problem, as there is a storm brewing here in the IRC. The Queen needs a capable pirate lord to ensure things go as they must. Thus, she has sent myself and a few others to help you. Well, to help you as well as to test you." "What do you need me to do?" "The Royal Ball. Big things will be happening that night. But first, there are a few things we need to shove into place. Odds and ends that must be tied up." Gamble pulled out a flyer showing an image of a cruise ship. "This is the Fiesta Party Carnival cruise ship. The most opulent boat sailing the seven seas, filled with gambling, fine dining, and excellent entertainment. You, Ren Madarasi, are going to rob it." Gamble explained the mission to Ren. He was less than happy, but decided to go along with the scheme. He walked out of his quarters and spoke to his crew. "Iroh, Sean, Kit, and myself are leaving with Captain Gamble. We have something we need to do." "What's going on?" "I'll explain it on the way. We'll be gone for 1 week. Tullius, take the ship to Hemlock and wait for us there." Tullius nodded. "Tricky Dicky Archibald, keep an eye on Tullius and stab him if he does anything stupid." The kobolds saluted. Tullius made this noise. Ren, Kit, Sean, and a very hesitant Iroh boarded Gamble's ship. The party sailed off, following orders by a pirate lord, into the dark night.